What a mess. Stamrer goes over to the United States, meets Donald Trump, gives him a letter from the King inviting him over for a state visit next year. Stamrer, as all the woke press are now reporting that Stamrer is being asked to revoke the invitation from the King. This is playing the King into politics. The King should be above politics, like the Queen was. Stamrer should not be using the King as a political pawn. Why do I say that? The King has no power. Under the Bill of Rights, the divine right of kings was removed, and that power was put in the hands of Parliament, the Commons, the Lords, and the King was the figurehead. This is the way it's worked for over 300 years, and it's a good system. The problem with the system is the people in it and the people implementing it. Blair went to war saying he had the divine right of kings. Well, he didn't exactly say that. He said he had the crown right. He was using his right under the crown, which is using the divine right of kings that we got rid of in the Bill of Rights. So Stamrer, who's being advised by Tony Blair, is now using that for his own ends. He's basically become a dictator. An elected dictator, I must admit. But he's not going to Parliament to seek permission to do things like it should happen. The Commons and the Lords should decide. Stamrer should not be a free agent to go out and do what he likes. I don't believe that the idea of revoking the state visit of Trump was anything to do with the King. It would have been done by the Foreign Commonwealth Office with Stamrer. Stamrer would have got the King to write the letter to start with, because the King hasn't got that power. It would have been okayed and arranged by Stamrer and the Commonwealth and Foreign Office. Now, if they're asking for it to be revoked, what happens is Number 10 will leak information to their mates, the woke press. Woke press would then go up in arms and ask for it to be revoked. Wouldn't be anything to do with the King. The King could not ask for it to be revoked once it's been asked. But this is what they're trying to make out, that it's the King that wants it revoked. The King hasn't got that power. The power relies in Number 10 and the Commons. So it's Stamrer that's at the heart of all this. He has that power. But it should be of the consent of the Commons and the Lords of Parliament. You come over, he's like I said, he was a creep. He goes over and he does a charm offences on Trump. I don't think that was going to go down very well. But Trump played along with it. He did brilliant. Stamrer then leaves and Zelensky goes in. Zelensky and Trump had a deal. It was on the table ready to be signed for rebuilding Ukraine, for a ceasefire, rebuilding Ukraine, and the United States, Trump, wanted some of the mineral rights to pay for the money we're giving them, because it wasn't going to be free money. Zelensky at the press conference then flips and says, I got an agreement, I don't need to pay it back, I don't owe you any money. You know, Eh, and of course the woke press are blaming Trump. But we all saw what happened. Vance is sat there and says, look, Trump is trying to create peace. He wants a ceasefire. He's trying to stop the war. And Zelensky said, wants to carry on the war with American money. Oh, just give me the money, the bullets and the bombs. So, Trump then pulls out immediately afterwards. The Defense Secretary announces no bombs or bullets. And the Secretary of State said no funding. That's cut. Stopped. So what does he do? Zelensky then flies to the UK, goes into number 10 Downing Street, and we pledge 2.8 billion to Ukraine. Where's the money coming from? I thought there was supposed to be a black hole in our economy, because they were blaming all the Conservatives. Where's this money going to come from? They've already taken my winter fuel allowance off of me. They put the car tax up there, so they're going to have to put taxes up again. They're going to collapse this country right in front of my very eyes. I don't know if this country can last another 4 years of a Labour government like this. But Stamrer is backing Zelensky. Why? He's lost the war. Russia has taken Crimea. They own the ground. They occupy the ground. Yeah, there's been backwards and forwards in the war, but they still haven't won. It's like a stalemate, and all we do is keep giving them bombs and bullets to continue the war, and it's getting nowhere. Russia's a big country. Russia has a lot of people. Oh, the information now coming out by the woke media is they have been advised, this is Ukraine and Stamrer, they have been advised by military analysts that if they can keep the war going for another year, Russia will give up. What planet are they living on? Look at Stalingrad. They never gave up. The Russians don't give up. The Russians fought the Nazis, went right the way through to Berlin, and that's why we got the Berlin Wall in East and West, and they entered into the Cold War. But we were allies then. Britain and America and Russia were allies against the Nazis. We've now got a warmonger in Zelensky. He's not defending his country. He's creating endless war. For what? Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think that a lot of the money that the Americans have given Ukraine has been siphoned off by the American rhinos and the Democratic Party operatives like Obama, Clinton and Biden, and they're getting the money back somehow in kickbacks. Now the USAID is supposed to be allegedly giving Ukraine 177 billion since the war started. Zelensky says he's only had 75 billion of it. Well, where's the other 100 billion gone? You find that the Ukrainian leadership all have luxury yachts. Well, where's the money for that come from? Zelensky has allegedly got a expensive house in America as a hidey hole if it all goes, as they say, tits up. Well, it has gone tits up. They've lost the war. They can't win without American help. American help is pulled out. And now we, the British, have pledged 2.8 billion to keep the war going. Stamrer now has blood on his hands. He's a warmonger. And he's prepared to do this to save his own skin. With all the controversy over the front bench of the Labour Party, one Labour MP thumps somebody, gets 10 weeks in jail, and then gets off free with a 2-year suspension. Somebody puts a Facebook post on that somebody doesn't like, complains, that's no a hate crime, he gets 2 years. I had a 4-month police investigation on me. I said, well, what post was it? So I can defend myself. I will tell you that when you come in, sir. I said, well, how can I say anything? We would like you to come in for an interview. So I went in for an interview. And it was a 1-line comment. A throwaway comment. But the comment was factual and true. So I told the copper, you are being used to harass me. Because I think for myself and I make my own decisions. And you can't do that in this woke world. I sat in the police station and I just thought, it's just like being in 1984. He's the thought police. And I said, well, perhaps you ought to go and catch real criminals. What I said was factual and true, and it was made under the Bill of Rights, the right of free speech. It wasn't defamatory. It wasn't libelous. Anyway, this went on for 4 months. And I came to the conclusion, it's the process that's the punishment, not necessarily the crime. Well, there was no crime. It was a non-hate crime incident. Well, how can you have a non-crime hate incident? It either is a crime or not a crime. And this is where this country's got to. And it's all because of Stamrer. Stamrer is the head of all this junk that's happening to us. I want to know where the £2.8 billion is coming from. Am I going to pay higher taxes? That's already on the cards anyway. They're taxing my disability allowance. They're taxing my pension. I don't earn a lot of money. I can earn as much as the personal allowance, which is £12,000. But that's gone now. And my personal allowance this year, it was last year, was £2,000. Now, under Stamrer, is £1,600. Anything I earn over £1,600 is now taxable. This country is going downhill very, very fast. If the politicians don't get rid of Stamrer as quick as they can, this country is in the SHIT. I tell you. And this revoking the visit from Trump after inviting him looks bad on Stamrer. Because Stamrer is the key to all this. Nobody else, not the king. He shouldn't be bringing the king into politics. He used the king when he went to see Trump. Am I cross? Oh God, yes, I'm cross. Not in my name. We shouldn't be funding a war that it can't be won. It's like having a car. And you've got a car and the head gasket's gone. So what you do is, it's an old car, so you're going to do it up. So you put new alloy wheels on it, and you give it a new spray job, and you get new seat covers for it. No matter how much money you spend on it, that car isn't going to go until you get the gasket fixed. The war in Ukraine isn't going to get fixed first until we get a ceasefire. What Starmer should be doing is persuading Zelensky to have a ceasefire and stop. Cause a ceasefire, stand back, then negotiate and talk. Not keep the war going. And this war is now going to keep going because of my taxpayers' money. And I don't want my taxpayers' money going to help kill people. And that's it. We're supposed to have a black hole, not supposed to have any money. The only way they can get money is to get it off of me. We don't make any bombs or bullets. We make a few drones, yeah. But we have to go abroad to buy our bullets. We do not manufacture any bullets in this country. So where's the money going to come from? All it's going to do is help fund the industrial military complex. Is that why Starmer met with BlackRock? I don't know, I'm only asking the question. Did BlackRock want this war to continue? There's rumours that BlackRock want to go in and buy all the land up, the farms up, so they can then control the wheat price. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's the rumour that's going round. Anyway, I think I've said enough. We've got to stop this war. And Starmer is now the key. Starmer has got to stay Zelensky. Hang on a minute. We can't afford 2.8 million. Sorry about that. We made a mistake. And pull back. Back Trump. Trump's trying to stop the war, and you should be as well, Starmer. Anyway, Ian, Somerset News Network, rant over for today.